Alright, hello everybody, thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to be looking at something a little bit different from usual. It's not going to be video game related, but more tabletop gaming related. A little while ago I backed this Kickstarter called Dungeon Alchemist. It looked really interesting. I'm kind of a D&D tabletop nerd, so the idea of making your own maps, or your maps making themselves, is a very interesting idea to me, absolutely. And this project hit almost 2.5 million euros of their 45,000 euro goal. Totally crushed it, completely and utterly. So this app kind of has a lot of too good to be true features, so it was kind of a little nervous for me. I didn't know if it would actually pay out, but I said whatever. But today they went ahead and they actually sent out an email saying that, hey, we're getting the beta out today, get your Steam key, do all that stuff. They described the state of what Dungeon Alchemist is like right now, mostly explaining like, hey, we're calling it a beta, but just like everyone else, our beta is more like an alpha, so it's not really a finished product you're testing, it's more you're testing so we can improve it later. Just want to take a second to thank everybody for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and taking care of that notification. That way you get notified of any gaming news that we find. Really, really appreciate it. They claim it's about 25,000 people who are going to be getting on this thing. We'll see how many of those are actually getting on it, or how many of those have forgotten this project existed, because, this was a while ago. And this happens with Kickstarters. That doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It's just they probably won't use Dungeon Alchemist till it's finished. It's probably at least like a tenth to a third of the people. You're also going to get a Discord role in their server, so they can kind of mark you as a beta player and make sure that you're having a good experience and all that stuff. I haven't done that yet, full disclosure. I might do it and pause this video and talk to them if something comes up. But for right now, I'm not going to do that before I get into the game. I'm totally good to stream and do some YouTube stuff. They mentioned that specifically. They want people to see it. They want it to go out. So it's a good sign that they're confident in the product. They have a few stuff that they said they're going to be adding soon, so we'll revisit that pretty soon. This is the first time I'm launching Dungeon Alchemist, so it's going to be just my complete, honest reaction of what's going on. Just taking a look. First time here. Let's draw a room. Okay. Let's see what they do with the big. I think that means it's working on something. Okay. That's pretty cool. Looks like they made a nice room with some pillars in it. So like a crypt or something. I like it. So, okay, looks like I can't change the scale of this object because it's probably fixed. But I can change the scale of this one. I can move them over here. Make them massive. It's interesting though, it has collision. I like that. So it won't go through the other objects. We'll see. If everything does really well with how it's supposed to work, then that's a really nice feature, that it has collision like that. Looks like it doesn't like totally go to the bounds of its limits, but it mostly does. I wonder what'll happen, if I go over it. Oh, interesting. It just built a little tavern room around it. That's kind of cool. So if I made a room that I like, I could, draw a greater environment around it and it would fill in. I like it. Let's see. Let's do random tavern and make it size. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I'm trying to make a tavern with multiple rooms. Why not? Okay, we have two of the same room here, but it is marked as random, so it's not entirely random. Like, that makes sense to me. I know it's something. I mean, that's neat. It's kind of a new environment right there. Oh, I forgot about this. This is cool. They have the functionality of the day and night. It'll change all the shadows. I love that. That's awesome. So yeah, sunset, nighttime, dawn, noon, daytime, I guess. I like it. I like that with both of these, it just put like a little back door, which is kind of neat. I like that. Oh yeah, no duh. I don't have to do all that. I can just fill in the whole area with one thing. Of course. That's great. I love that. Okay, well, I'm gonna take some time and I'm gonna try to build a good looking castle that's large. I'm not gonna go through that whole process, but I'm gonna get it built and I'm gonna kind of show you guys what I did and how easy it was or hard it was and stuff like that. Okay, first things first, I just want to make a note of something. It's not a huge deal. It put this throne right here. It was kind of uncentered, so I'm gonna see if I can try it and just kind of get it centered in a different way here. You know, something like that. That's pretty easy. Not a big deal. Alright, just another quick thing about it. Just for full disclosure's sake, it put this shield on the wall, and when I tried to do a hallway from this room to this room and kick the door over here, obviously it's not, you know, physically possible, so we just do something like that. Quick thing, little tiny things that, you know, to be honest, I kind of expect to persist kind of no matter what is developed, because just AI is just, you know, it's at that point for this time. Just standard stuff. Alright, so this chapel is kind of messed up because it put everything facing like downward, whereas the altar was downward, and that was kind of weird to me, so I just kind of rearranged it real quick. Rearranging was very easy, not a big deal. But again, the AI just kind of doesn't know what a standard chapel look is yet, so it did it strangely, you know. So I did a big meadow over everything, and now it's freezing, so I'm kind of concerned that I didn't save all the stuff I did. But we'll see how it works out. We'll see. Alright, so I went ahead and like left and came back, and it is still here, so I think it's gonna have to, I think it's just a soft crash, so I'm gonna have to do it all again, which isn't a big deal because it didn't take me very long in the first place, like 5 minutes. I built out a whole 50 by 50 map and just put the meadow over it, but this time around I'm just gonna get it done quick as I can. Maybe put the meadow over first. Yeah, that works. We'll see. Okay, cool. So this time worked out a little bit better. Here's my castle that I made, just a quick and dirty one. Took me about 7 to 10 minutes probably, with a few different regions and areas to check out. With the meadows, I had to turn the AI off because every time I turned it on and was doing a large area, it crashed it pretty. It was a soft crash. I was just kind of waiting for it to go, and then it just would never go. So I turned it off. So the meadows don't look that impressive. When you generate them with the AI on, it looks better, more like a garden or like actual foresty area, whatever. But yeah, other than that, everything worked really well. Had to edit a couple things here and there, but really not a big deal. A handful of stuff. I've been checking out the Discord while doing some of these things, and there's a couple little features that are going to need to be added in at some point here. Things like being able to actually delete walls and stuff, like edit the type of wall that's being generated. As of right now, we can place doors and things on walls, so you can edit a door and take it out and move it around, stuff like that, but you can't actually edit the type of wall that's there. So I think that's like pretty much number one on their list that they're going to be checking out as soon as possible. Hopefully this project goes well. There's a good sign so far. I'm pretty hopeful for it where I wasn't really before, so I'm very excited that this is going forward. Again, thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing. Tune in here for more gaming news. Maybe we'll be more tabletop, maybe not. We'll see how it goes. It's something I'm interested in, but it's also a very fed market. But it depends. If people want more, we'll do more. It just depends. We'll have to see. Alright, thanks for stopping by, and you have a good one. Thanks.